What is up, guys? Here inside of Blox Fruits, and we are in the second sea today because we are going to, well, I'm going to be showing you guys around the map. Now, surprisingly, I actually recorded the third sea video first, but that will be going out after this. So yeah, that's why now we have Portal, and there we don't. But before we start, let's get our daily roll in. If I get a good fruit, you guys have to subscribe right now. Well, I can't spin at all, actually. That's rather unfortunate then. So I guess we will just hop right into it. So I'm gonna teleport back to the spawn. So as soon as you beat the first sea, you will spawn here. Now there's the docks. You can buy boats here. Then you have the sea captain, which is the way that you get back to the first sea if you ever want to go back there. And then we have a new NPC right here, the blacksmith. Now what the blacksmith does is he allows you to upgrade your swords and guns for materials. So for example, he says, "Hi there, I can upgrade your weapons, let's take a look." So if I say gun, then I just need these items. Now I don't have these items. I'm pretty sure I don't have the items for cursed dual katanas either. Yep, I don't. But if you do that, I'll open it again really quick. But if you give him those materials, you get plus 7% damage. Apparently soon we are also going to be getting some new upgrades. So for example, we might be able to get multiple damage upgrades. So that will be pretty cool as well. And then right here we have the Blox Fruits dealer. This isn't the cousin, by the way. This is just the one where you directly buy fruits. You can't spin here, as it currently lights in stock, and absolutely nothing else is in stock that's good. And then we have the set home point. So yeah, that is the first part over there. Now over here, we have the first NPCs you'll be fighting, the raiders. They're level 700. They're pretty easy to kill, honestly. Even though I do have good weapons. But yeah, they're also over here. So they're in these two little square areas. So yeah, the quest giver is right here. So as we can see, area 1 quest giver, we have the raiders, the mercenaries, and diamonds. The mercenaries are right over here. They are in this little outpost right here and that little outpost right there. And then diamonds, surprisingly, is actually basically on the other side of the map, actually. He's all the way over here. You have to go through the bridge and up over to where this little platform with the tree is, and then he is right here. Now mine hasn't spawned yet, but he spawns in this little green circle area. So yeah, that's where he is. Also, you might have noticed that we passed the Coliseum. It works the exact same way as it does in the first sea. You can have friendly 1v1s here. So yeah, that is pretty cool. And then down below here, you also have another thing right here. There's a little bit of a quest. You have to save these guys right here. And then we have King Redhead. We'll get back to him later, though. But yeah, you have to match the symbols. I'll show you guys how to do this later on. And then if you enter them in the correct order, you'll free these guys. You'll get access to King Redhead, and you'll get yourself a free warrior helmet. As you can see, given as a token of appreciation for becoming respected in the Kingdom of Rose. So, well, actually, while we're here, we might as well talk to King Redhead. So he's like, "Yo," so you can talk to him. "Hi, this is a mental image of myself. I'm currently sealed in the third sea." Now, he says that to me because I already did his quest, but if you haven't done his quest, he will, basically make you do it. That is the quest to get to the third sea, right there. So, yeah. Anyways, outside the Coliseum, we have this little big area right here. I don't really know what you call this, because I don't really spend too much time here. There's not really a reason to. The mansion. So we have Trevor right here. Now what you have to do to Trevor, you talk to him. Again, I already did the quest for him, so he's just gonna say that was a nice fruit to me. But if you haven't given him a fruit yet, he'd be like, okay, well I kind of want a fruit, bro. I'll let you do some stuff if you give me a fruit. Now he won't take any fruit. It has to be a quake or above, so at least worth 1 million. So like if I give him a magma, or if I had given him a magma, it wouldn't have done anything. He would have you would have eaten it, but I wouldn't have unlocked the quest. But once you give him the fruit, you can go down here and you can walk through this doorway. Swan will spawn here. You gotta kill him to get to 3rd Sea. That's also part of the quest. So yeah, keep that in mind. Like I said, with diamonds, my bosses haven't spawned yet though, so I can't really show you. Anyways, over here we have the Area 2 quest giver. So he has Swan Pirate, Factory Staff, and Jeremy. Now, Swan Pirates are over here. These are one of the best placed enemies in the game, in my opinion at least. You can easily round all of these guys up and then just kill them all instantly. And then we go to one of the worst groups of enemies in the game, the Factory Staff. These guys are extremely spread out. You can basically only kill one at a time. So unless you're Buddha, you really shouldn't be grinding these. And even if you are Buddha, I still recommend the Swan Pirates over the Factory Staff. But Jeremy, the boss, he spawns up here. So if you guys are wondering where he is, go to where the Swan Pirates are and then go up the mountain right here, and then he'll spawn somewhere in the middle of this white area right here. So yeah, that's that. Now, with the 2nd Sea, there's also different types of raids. Now, before in the game, in 1st Sea, there's only like one raid, which was the Whitebeard, I believe is the boss's name was, the one who allows you to upgrade your sword to V2. But he really wasn't really a raid, if we're gonna be honest. But here we have a legitimate raid. So once the server is 1 hour and 30 minutes old, I believe, or every interval of that, you'll get a message, a red message in the chat and above your screen saying that we are about to breach the factory. So if you see that message, you're gonna want to go here. Now I've glitched in. You're not supposed to really be in here when the door's closed, but once the red message countdown thingy reaches 0, this door will open. You can flood in here, and you can do a bunch of damage to this little yellow spear right here. Now mine has a shield on it because the raid hasn't started yet, and it also will get the shield back during the raid. So if there's this little transparent shield thing, then don't attack it. It won't take any damage. You'll just waste all of your abilities on it. I would recommend just using holdable skills. So for example, if you're using Portal for some reason, then just hold down your Z until the shield is gone. But yeah, you can kill this. Once you do kill it, you get a little bit of experience, a little bit of Beely, I believe. You also get a random fruit, so it can be any fruit from Kilo to Leopard. It can be any fruit in the game. And there's also a chance that you get a gun from this. It's one of the better guns. It's the Acidium rifle. Now I don't have mastery on it because I don't really need it, to be honest. But yeah, if you're in 2nd Sea, that will be one of the better guns to get from there. So that is pretty cool. Now we have the cafe. This is going to be the only spot that most people from 3rd Sea ever come to be honest, because there's a lot of stuff you can do here. So first you have the manager. Actually, we shouldn't talk to him yet. We have to talk to this guy first. So we have Bart, Tilo. This is how you start the Coliseum quest, I believe, if I remember correctly. You have to kill a bunch of the Swan Pirates, and then you have to do this Coliseum quest. So yep, that's that. And then once you complete his quest, you can talk to the manager. He'll say ... and then you can talk to him. What's up, warrior? He'll say. Do you wish to see where he was last seen? So you can say yeah, and then he'll say a message. So for example, mine said meh, he left not too long ago. So that's unfortunate. But basically, the person who he is that's the legendary sword dealer. So anywhere, well not anywhere, but in certain spots in the 2nd Sea, an NPC can spawn selling one of 3 swords. If you collect them all and get them to, I believe it's either 300 or 350 mastery, you can unlock a secret sword, which is the True Triple Katana. Now I don't have it because I never really wanted to spend a total of 6 million on swords, and I don't really want to wait like 4 hours for him to spawn once. So yeah, I don't really do this. The customer, what's up? We can talk to him. Did you know sometimes CBs will drop accessories and rarely the Fist of Darkness? Bet you didn't. I actually did, but thank you anyways. So yeah, he's talking about some accessories that you can get from them, such as the top hat right here. I forget what the other accessory is. I think it's actually, I have no idea what it is. But I believe he drops 2 accessories, unless I'm mistaken. But yeah, Fist of Darkness is an item in this game that allows you to do one of 2 things. Actually, no, one of 3 things. So, the first thing that you can do is you can use it to summon Darkbeard. So, let me find out where he is. Dark Arena. Yep, there we go. So if you have a Fist of Darkness, you can put it somewhere right here, in this slot right here, and then that'll summon a raid boss called Darkbeard. And if you kill him, then you get a Dark Fragment right here. And I believe there's also a chance that you get an accessory as well, so that's pretty cool. So that's the first thing you can do. The second thing you can do with a Fist of Darkness, we're going to go to the graveyard really quick. We'll cover this in a minute. Second thing you can do, though, is you can use your Fist of Darkness on a door right here. Though Darkbeard, if I remember correctly, I believe Darkbeard has to actually be alive when you do this, so you will need 2 Fists of Darknesses. And then you can open this door, and as long as you have Angel, Mink, Human, and Shark, all at race V3 or higher, then you can get a special skin for the Dark Blade. Again, this is another thing that I didn't really bother doing. It doesn't, as far as I know, it doesn't increase the stats of the Dark Blade, it just changes the colors of the Dark Blade. So, I never really found a use for this. So, yeah. And then, the last thing that you can do is you can go to this little hot and cold island, and you can use it actually, this is the wrong way. You can use it up here to get the Cyborg race, which is a secret race. I just have to find the door. It's dark outside in the Blox Fruits world currently, so it makes it kind of difficult. But in here, you can use it. If you press that button right there while you have Fist of Darkness, you'll get a thing, and it'll be like, okay, we just need one more item. And you can get that item from a different raid boss, which we'll cover later on. But we will be going to a different spot now. So we're just going to teleport to the mansion, because I do need to show you guys something. As you can see, there are symbols here. So these are the symbols that you need for the Coliseum quest. I would recommend just taking a screenshot of them. So from left to right, this is the order that you will have to press the buttons in for the Coliseum quest. So yeah, there's that. But anyways, on to the next area. There's nothing really else that's here, for the moment at least. We will have to come back later because I do have some other things to explain. But we need context for those first, so yeah. So the second area that you're going to want to go to is this little plants area right here, the green zone. So you're going to want to cross this bridge. There's also an NPC here. His name is Ploxter. You can talk to him. Hi, I can refund your stat points if you hand over 2,500 fragments. Deal. Now, you might be wondering, what are fragments? Well, if you hover your mouse over the amount of Beely you have in the second or third C, you'll see that it actually changes to a purple color and has a little F in front of it. That is the amount of fragments you can have. You can get fragments from all different types of raids. So yeah. But basically, in the green zone, we have, where is the quest? Oh, there he is. We have the quest giver right here. So, Marine quest giver. Please select quest. Marine, that word, Marine Captain, and Vegeta. So the Marine super long word are over here, or Lieutenant. I feel dyslexic. So the Marine Lieutenant are over here. You can kill a bunch of them really quickly, like that. And then over here are the Marine Captains. They're basically the same thing but harder. And then all the way at the back, there is Vegeta again. Oh, mine actually spawns now. Alright, so I guess my boss timers have finished. But yeah, basically he uses the gravity fruit, or the gravity cane actually, which is an item that you can get from him. So he can summon meteors and stuff, or he can do that. That's not nice either. So we're just gonna have to bully him really quick. I should probably switch to a different fruit. There it is. Right there. There's Venom. As you can see though, he summoned meteors. So yeah, that's pretty cool right there. Unfortunately, the fruit itself isn't that great. But you know, it still is pretty cool to see a boss use it. And there he is. He's dead. You get a meteor, or a meteorite for killing him. So that is pretty cool. You can also get a gravity cane. I don't know where it is. Oh, there it is. You can get a gravity cane sword from him. I believe this gives you gravity abilities, as you can see right there. But I could be entirely different. It could be an entirely different concept that I'm just not understanding. So yeah, we're going to re-equip Portal now. There is one more thing over here though, which is this NPC right here. Now we have the Alchemist right here. Hello, you can talk to him. Thanks for the money. Now again, since I've already done his quest, I've done a lot of these quests already. He won't tell me what to do. But basically, if it's your first time seeing him, then he will try to upgrade your race. Now, I'm race V4, so I can't do it anymore, because I already did it. But he'll upgrade your race to V2. Now, you might be wondering, what is a race? Well, at the start of the game, you get a random race, or you can get a different race from the cafe. I'll go back there right now. You can get a different race from this guy, Tort. You can buy it for 3,000 fragments, I believe. Yep, 3,000 fragments. So you can re-roll your race. It is random. Out of Mink, Human, Skypian, and Shark. So, yeah, you'll get one of those. But usually you spawn in the game at firstly at level 1 with Human. But if you don't, you will see some visual changes. So if you're Human, your avatar will look perfectly normal when you get in the game. If you're a Shark, you'll have a little fin right here at the back of your back. If you're Angel, you have little wings on your back. And then if you are Mink, you have little rabbit ears coming out of your head. Now, for the races, you can actually upgrade them all the way to V4. However, you will need to do a quest for that. So, for Race V2, which is the thing that we're covering right now, you can you have to actually. You have to find 3 different flowers, and by the way, you can only get them after you talk to the Alchemist. And if you leave the server, you will lose your flowers and have to talk to him again. So just keep that in mind. But the red flower spawns in the day. I don't know the exact locations, so I apologize for that. But I believe it spawns around here in the Kingdom of Rose area. And then the blue flower spawns during the night. Again, I don't know the spawn locations for it. I apologize. And then the last flower, the yellow flower, you can get from killing enemies. Now, it is random when you get it. It's not like a certain amount of enemies needing to be killed. It's just a chance to get it. You could get it on your first enemy killed, or you could get it like 200 enemies in. But once you have those 3 flowers, you're going to want to go back to the Alchemist, and then you have to pay him 500,000 Beely, and he'll upgrade your race. Now, you won't be able to see it, because none of the Race V2s actually change how the appearances of your race actually looks. So you still will see the exact same thing, but you'll have new and better stats. So for example, Shark V1 to Shark V2. In Shark V1, you can swim in the water, but you'll still take a little bit of damage, whereas Shark V2, you swim faster in the water and take 0 damage whatsoever. So that is pretty cool right there. This also applies to the Ghoul and Cyborg races, so keep that in mind as well. So now, if you want to go upgrade your race even further, first of all, you're going to need 2 million Beely, and then you're going to want to go over to this little tree right here. I don't know why I was going that way. But you're going to want to go over to the little diamond spawn right here. And then you're going to want to go near this mountain area, kind of right here. And you're just going to want to hug the wall of this little area until you find a spot in the wall that you can actually walk through. So, you just want to keep doing this. Alright, so I've definitely passed it, because it's not that close. So, you're just going to want to keep hugging the wall, and eventually, you should find it. You'll be transported to question mark, question mark, question mark. There's 2 NPCs here. We have Wenlock. Woof woof, yo bro, wanna buy a physical kilo fruit for 97 Robux? You can trade that. You can trade it to that noob scientist for a special microbit. So if you select sure, it actually will pop up with a thing right here. I wouldn't recommend buying that, guys, if it's not obvious already. But the more important NPC is Aroi. Now Aroi, again, I apologize if I'm not saying these names correct, but that's just how I'm going to pronounce it. So Aroi will say greetings. You can say sir, friend. Alright, so once again, different dialogue because I already did the quest, so I apologize. But basically, he will allow you to upgrade your race to V3 for 2 million Beely, but first you will have to do a different quest. Now, I forget what most of the quests are, but I remember that for Shark you have to kill a sea beast. For Mink you have to collect a certain amount of chests. For Angel you have to kill another V2 or V3, I forget which one it is, I would assume V2. V2 Angel. And then for Human, actually I forget what it is for Human, so I apologize. But yeah, that is that. So that is pretty cool right there. And then he will upgrade your race to V3, which is when you can actually see different changes. For example, for Shark, you'll get these little shark fins on your arms. And for Mink, you'll get like a little bunny tail behind your legs. So that is pretty cool right there. But that is really it for this part of the Kingdom of Rose. So now let's just continue normally with what we were talking about. So we're gonna go to the graveyard. That's our next destination. We have the zombies right here. We have the graveyard quest giver, and we have the vampires right here. So that is pretty cool as well. Also, if you go over here, you have Rip Indra. Where did he go? Okay. Is it this one? Yep, it's this one. So right here we have Rip Indra. He'll say hi X. Talk. I'm busy. Yeah, he's doing stuff, I guess. And then over here we have the crew captain, right here. So you can talk to him. Talk. What's up? Now, since I'm not the leader of a crew, I don't think I can talk to him. It could be something entirely different. But I'm actually just in a crew right now, but I'm not the leader of it, so I can't really do anything with him. Then we have our spawn point setters, and then we have our boat dealers right here. So the next area that we want to go is actually the hot and cold island, I believe. I could be wrong, and I actually think that I am wrong on this one. Yeah, it's not hot and cold. Okay. 1 minute, I have to actually find out where we're oh, actually, I think I remember where we're supposed to go. I just have to wait for the cooldown, and there we go. Snow. Alright. So, yep, this is the place where we're supposed to be. So, we have 2 different quests over here. We have the Snow Troopers over here, and then we have the Winter Warriors right here. Then we have the quest giver. So, Snow Troopers and Winter Warriors. So that is pretty cool. Then you're going to go to hot and cold, right here. Going to start on the cold side first, at these lab subordinates, right here, level 1100. And then after you kill them, you're gonna go to the Horned Warriors, and then the boss for this little area is actually on the hot side. But it's Smoke Admiral. Admiral. I can't speak. Smoke Admiral. So yeah, he's pretty cool. You can get a lot of mastery from him as well, so that's also pretty nice. Then you're going to go to the Magma Ninjas, then the Lava Pirates. Now, while we're here, we have another cool thing that we have to talk about while we're here. And it's this little area right here. So, there's a raid boss that you can spawn here for about 1,000 fragments, I believe. So if you want to spawn him, you're going to go over to this little castle thing where Smoke Admiral spawns. And then you're going to want to go through here and talk to this guy right here. Here to make a bargain, I see. Make yourself at home. Want to buy a microchip for 1,000 fragments. Just so you know, this will turn out much better for me than it will for you. No refunds. Now, if you do select to buy it, I don't really want to do it right now because the boss is kind of annoying. It's not that it's hard, it's just annoying. But if you do get it, put it in the same spot that you would put your Fist of Darkness for the Cyborg race. And then click button. And then you will be teleported into this little area. The door to the area right here will shut. And you're going to have to face a boss who uses the Control Fruit. Now the Control Fruit, it's annoying because he kind of just teleports all around the room. And barely gives you any time to hit him. So that's why I don't feel like doing it. But he is also the boss that you have to kill for the Cyborg race after you insert a Fist of Darkness. So keep that in mind. Anyways, while we're here, you can also do a secret little code to unlock fruit raids, which will allow you to get fruit awakenings, which are pretty cool. So, if you want to do that, you're going to have to press this button. Make sure that none of your items are selected, by the way, in your hotbar, otherwise you can't click it. But you're going to want to click that button. It'll turn this screen up here, it will turn red, so that's good. You're going to click this button too, red, and then you're going to click it again, green, and then blue, third time. You're going to turn this one green, and this one will also be blue. So your end code should be red, blue, green, blue. And then you'll notice that this little area right here has opened up in the wall. You can climb up here, or you can just fly, or teleport, whatever you want to do. And then you'll see Mysterious Scientist. Click to interact, welcome. You can talk to him, select a raid type, normal or advanced. Now advanced, you can't really get these in the second sea unless you're using Phoenix, which is what this one is. But I don't really feel like getting 400 mastery on Phoenix, so I'm not going to unlock that one, for now at least. But yeah, so you have advanced and normal raids. I have the Dough raid unlocked for advanced. Basically the way that you need to do that is you need to do a quest in the third sea, or you kill another raid boss, the Dough King, and then use the red key and talk to an NPC. So I won't really get into that too much because that is for the third sea video. But in the normal, everybody can use these as long as you're over here. And I see that Lunar Gaming, our friend, has also joined the server. But you can select a raid theme. You have Flame and Ice, you have Quake and Light, Dark and Spider, Rumble and Magma, Buddha and Sand. So that's 10 raids right there. And that is pretty cool. It seems like he's actually coming over here as well. We could be very funny and just run away from him, which honestly we might do, seeing how there's not really anything else. But if you select one of those thingies from him, you'll have to pay 100,000 Beely, or you can give him any fruit in the game. Now for advanced raids it has to be a fruit above 1 million. But for normal raids it can be any fruit in the game. So I would advise using like a kilo or something. That's the one time when kilos are actually useful. And there is our child right there. So he is pretty cool as well. But yeah, we're going to move on to the next area, which is the haunted ship, I believe. I could be wrong. Nope, this is the right spot. We'll have to verify really quick. So yes, the cruise ship actually is the next spot that we're supposed to be at. Quest giver is right here, and we have the ship deckhand right here. He's your first thing that you're going to want to kill. They're also over here in this room. Now your second quest, you're actually going to want to go down here. And then we have the ship engineers right here. They're all the way at the bottom here. We have another NPC right here, El Rodolfo. So he'll be like, oh, hi there. And then he sells you an item. I forget which item it is. It's, I believe it's the Bazaar Rifle. It's another gun. It's not really the best gun in the game. I wouldn't really advise getting it, to be honest. Over here we also have another one. He will sell you another accessory. I think it's the ghoul mask. If you're using the Buddha fruit, you definitely want to get this upgrade right there. And then yeah, that is that part. Then we have the front crew quest giver. Now, in here we have the ship steward, and we have an experiment. Okay. So yeah, we have the ship steward. Those are an NPC that you're gonna kill, and then up here, you're just gonna want to go up this staircase. Up here and over there, you have the ship officer. And then in here, whenever you get a message in the chat that says a shiver runs down your spine, that means that a boss is spawned here. There's a random chance per night that he will spawn, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, it is random. But yeah, inside here, you can change your race to the ghoul race. Now I won't. So as you can see, would you like to change your race to ghoul again? I don't really want to right now. I believe you need like 100 ectoplasm, which is a drop that you can get from any of these NPCs inside the cursed ship. And you also need a special item drop from this boss. It's like a 3 to 5% chance, if I remember correctly. It's called the Hellfire Torch. So you're going to want to get one of those, then 100 ectoplasm. You're gonna want to go down to this guy right here. You're gonna give him both, and then he will change your race to ghoul. Now I will say, if you die with the Hellfire Torch or you leave the game, you will have to get it again. So keep that in mind. But after you're done with the cursed ship, the next spot that you're going to want to go to is the Winter Castle, or the Ice Castle, whatever you want to call it. We have the Frost Quest Giver right here. We have the Snow Lurkers and the Arctic Warriors. You're going to start on this side and make your way to this side. And then up here, you can fight the Awakened Ice Admiral. If you remember, you had to fight him to get into the second sea, but now he is stronger. So if you kill him, you can get one of 2 keys. If you get a library key, that goes here. Then you can talk to this person right here. As long as you have 300 mastery or 400 mastery on Dark Step or higher, you can talk to him, and he'll teach you the Death Step fighting style. So that is pretty cool right there. And then if you get a hidden key, you can go through this wall and unlock the chest that will be here. And if you unlock it, you'll get this sword right here, the Rengoku. So it's a pretty good sword, so I would advise getting it. Now the last place that you're going to go is the Skull, also known as the Forgotten Islands. So out here we have your first NPCs, the Sea Soldiers. I apologize, I can't speak today. But here's your quest giver right here, and here's your home point setter. Then you have the water fighters. So yep, they're pretty cool as well. And then you have your final boss of the game as well. Now he can actually summon sea beasts, so that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, if you're doing the Shark V3 quest, these will not count. You also cannot get a Fist of Darkness from these sea beasts. Oh yeah, we have the Tidekeeper right here, so he's a pretty cool boss. And then, if you want, you can also buy one of the best fighting styles in the game here, being Sharkman Karate. So you will have to kill the boss and get a water key, and then over here you can talk to this guy, Dagrok the Sharkman. Hello, seems you already know this style, would you like to start using it again? No, I don't really want to. But once you get the water key, you pay him like 2 million Beely, I think it is, and a few fragments as well. And then, yeah, as long as your water kung fu is at 400 mastery or higher, he'll teach you a better version of it, being Sharkman Karate. Now, it's one of the best fighting styles in the game, to be honest, so I'd advise getting that. But yeah, so those are all the islands. The last place we want to go is back to the Snow Island. If you have Dark Step and Water Kung Fu, Dragon Breath. I'll show you what Dragon Breath is. I forgot to show you. And you have Electric, all at 300 mastery or higher. Then you can actually get a secret fighting style in the game, which is also one of the best fighting styles in the game. It's not as good as Water Kung Fu, but I still advise getting it because you will need it later to get God Human, which is by far the best fighting style in the game, for most purposes at least. But somewhere, I forget where, but somewhere on this side of the island, there's a little door that you can walk through, and you can actually get one of the best fighting styles in the game called Superhuman. It's basically a worse version of God Human. So let me find that door really quick. The cave, guys, it's actually right here. So I was mistaken, unfortunately. So right here, near the Winter Warriors, you're going to want to go down here, through this cave, and then down here, and here's the martial arts master. He will sell you Superhuman. So yeah, that is pretty cool. But now I'm going to show you where you can get Dragon Breath. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to the cafe, and you're going to want to go over to this little bridge area, and then just look inside these little sections right here, and there he is right there. You should find an NPC, and he will sell you Dragon Breath for 1,500 fragments. But that is going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, or you want to see some more Roblox Blox Fruits videos. And everybody, peace out.